Patterson.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, family, we're on. This is the International Red Fashion Experience, and we're on for the day. And I got a very special guest here. You understand me? Jamil Patterson. Jamil Patterson is here with us, and you're going to tell us a little bit about the Tenderloin explosion. Is it explosion?
Man, hopefully it's going to be an explosion, man.
The expo is going to be an explosion. It's an expo, you understand me, in the Tenderloin. And he's going to tell us a little bit about it, y'all. We're going to go right there and tell me what you think about that.
Okay, so we putting on the Tenderloin Art Expo, and this is going to be the second event. First one we did was Recovery Day.
Right, that's right.
And the Art Expo is really about providing a platform for the art that's in the Tenderloin,
right.
And a lot of the artists that surround the Tenderloin, and then art has been a part of Black people's survival,
right?
Black people's expression,
yeah.
Right, and upbringing. Even before we came to this country, even from the continent to the to the States.
Right.
Our art has been a part of our expression. They say a picture speaks 1,000 words, and you can go back to the hieroglyphics, right? And we was communicating through pictures and things like that. So, there's a lot of art in a lot of artists in the Tenderloin, but the Tenderloin is also known for being a wild place.
Yes.
It is the Skid Row of San Francisco. Right, so with that, they say music soothes the savage beast, and then also historically, right, the best artists have been in places of struggle.
Right.
Right.
So let me ask you this for the people, the audience out there, because it's going on Channel 29. Where can they, if they want to, can they participate in this event? If they want to get involved, what if they want to show up and perform themselves?
So we trying to do this right.
Yes.
So you can digitally send your information to BayEntertainmentSF@gmail or to www.nclfinc.org/hub, and that's BayEntertainmentsF@gmail.com or to www.nclfinc.org/HUB.
Right.
And then we're also going to have auditions, and the date for that is to be announced.
The date hasn't been announced yet for that.
For the audition, no.
Okay. And that's any age? What's the age bracket? Is there age bracket? Any age?
No generation gaps. I don't care if you're 105.
So that's good to know that you're bridging the gap between the young and the old. That's a beautiful thing. And they're going to have booths. Are they going to have booths for people to display stuff? Is they going to charge for that? How much?
I'm not so sure about the charges for the booths. I think it's $50.
But they will have booths. Okay.
We will have booths, and then we want the city departments. It hasn't been confirmed yet, but we want them to have booths out there,
right.
Because you got departments like the Arts Commission that's supposed to be providing resources for the artists of the city.
Oh, that's good. So the artists can you can get help in your artwork. You can get help for what you're doing, possibly a grant or possibly, some kind of information that'll help you get better equipped with what you're doing. So it's very significant for you artists to come and get enlightened and get some help in what you're doing.
Yeah, you could definitely get supported.
Supported.
And then part of what we do is we teach civic engagement. That's part of what our organization does. And civic engagement is learning about the city. That's what civics is, right? So we teach people how to be involved in their neighborhood and community.
Yeah.
And, it's something that's kind of difficult to do.
Right.
A lot of people don't do it. So, the subject is arts.
Yes.
So as far as arts, you have city departments that's supposed to enrich the culture of a community.
Yes.
Which artists does, and then they're supposed to provide resources to the artists to do that.
Yeah.
Right? This is how community and city can work hand in hand.
Yeah.
But a lot of times our people are left out of the process. We're overlooked. you know, when it comes to art.
Yeah.
That they want to stereotype us with art sometime, and then they want to overlook us another time, right?
Yeah.
You know, but if you look at black people,
Yeah.
right, we feel with art and expression. People take our art and copy,
Yes. Sir.
right? So why shouldn't black people in the black ghettos be incentivized with their art, and then utilize it? See, we have to start growing alternatives, right? Because it's still to this day, right? The shame of the matter, well, the reality is that you know, you still got teenagers by the age of 13, man. He want to go sell dope, right? He want to go sell dope to get his rites of passage and being somebody in this world, instead of being a fashion designer,
Right.
and carrying that, right, or taking his art as an alternative and trying to be somebody with his art, trying to be popular with his art, trying to get the girls with his art.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm trying to tell him. You can be a fashion designer. You can deal. You know, you can do something positive that if you don't know if you're interested in this or not until you explore these other avenues other than the street. I know a lot of your comrades, it's peer pressure now to go in the corner and sell dope because it's so common for that you to hear about that, accepted in the community and accepted in society. You know what I mean? You hear like these rappers, they rap about, you know, selling drugs and doing all that, and the girls like a thug and all this type of stuff. But if you're successful at whatever you do, girls are gonna like a winner. They want you to win.
They like a winner.
They don't want you to be taking a chance and then you sold drugs and you did all this stuff and then you end up in the penitentiary. And then you end out of jail, you understand? You lose your wife, you lose your kids. You can't raise your family properly because you're not there. No, you want to do something positive. Art community, or music. What music? R&B, and what's the type of talents that they can display at the November 19th?
So it's going to be a wide range, you know, from strutting to rapping. We don't just want rap, but rap is included. You know, it's one of my favorite musics. But you know, R&B. We might even have somebody out there playing the keyboard, right? You know, and being that one man show. So it's going to be a wide range of art. You got a lot of artists in the ghettos and in the community, and you know, struggle breeds art. You know, so that's historically referenced that the best artists are in the places of deep struggle. You know, because you got a lot on your mind, and you got a lot to refine.
Right.
You know, so.
So they don't have to be good to participate, or when they go to the interview or the audition, you're gonna let them know if they qualify, if you're gonna tell them.
Yeah, because you know, we got a lot of people.
You get the best out of the group, the ones that got a possibility of getting somewhere, because Sugar T and the Seashell brothers are professional artists. Matter of fact, Sugar T's brother he's 40, man.
Right. And then also, you know, and then you would know from your time period, and this is something that's kind of being lost, but practice is a part of art too.
Right.
You know, I mean, you could draw some stuff on a piece of paper, but that don't mean that you can sell it for $500 as a painting, right?
Right.
You know, you got to refine that, right? Design that and refine that.
Right.
You know, so we want people, you know, we want to bring back that old school feeling. You know, like back in the days, like the Temptations and all them, they had to practice their steps.
Right. And like you say, with the art, if they enjoy doing it, they'll get better automatically. But you got to love it, and then you get better because you'll be loving it. And you do it as a sport from the beginning, and then it becomes work because you make the money.
And then like if you're serious about it, something might not be. For some, you know, it's just, you know, it's a hobby, right?
Yeah, hobby.
But you know, for those that's serious about it, you're gonna have to audition in front of somebody one day anyway, right? So you know, let's start putting these kind of practices right in the community.
Yeah.
Right, and that's what this is about. That's why this is our second event. You know, one was more about recovery, and then this one is about the artist.
Well, that's the first step. If they like that neighborhood, a lot of those people are in their disease. So when they once learn how to get into recovery, then they learn how to stay recovered by going to these events and doing their talent.
Right.
See, it's a step process. First step is recover. The next step is to go on being recovered. It's one day at a time. So you participate in these events that we have. Like this is the second event, and it's geared toward the people in the Tenderloin, because these are the ones that need it the most. Because between all that dope selling and drugs on the corner and all these people high in the neighborhood, you need an uplift. You need something to lighten you up. You understand? Right. And this event on November 19th is the light that's going to shine. That's going to shine bright in your life if you participate and you go just like I'm shining with this yellow on. That's how you're going to shine when you go to the Tenderloin and go to the park on November 19th. It's going to lighten you up. You understand?
Yeah, he looking like Sunfire, man. He over here like fire and water, man, ready to cook. He gonna do some mama and papa's cooking, baby.
Yeah.
But and it's interesting too, cause the recovery aspect, it go. I don't want to say it goes hand in hand, but addiction sometimes, comes with a lot of artists.
A lot of artists. I'm saying, a lot of them wasn't able to express themselves when they was addicted because they were chasing the drugs. So when they cleaned up, they had to do something to fill that void. Right. So what they do is they do something constructive. Because going to the coffee shop, sitting around talking all day, that ain't good.
Right.
You got to do something active and so you feel important. You got to feel significant. Right. So if you're doing something like art, or you're going like you got the hospitality house, you got these certain places where artists go and practice.
Right.
So they practice, and the ones that are good, they come to this on November 19th and display their artwork at these booths and stuff, and they can be the best they can be, and they feel good because they get achievement. See,
right.
It gets folks and they feel good, and that's what people need. They need to feel important,
right.
And you'll feel important when you go and you got an audience and people, and you might even make some money. You understand? Because if you got a booth, you're gonna sell something,
and then you need to replace that void.
Right.
that the drug, you would need to replace the drug with an alternative.
Right.
Yeah. And it's interesting too, man. Like there's a singer, there's a famous singer,
right,
by the name of Kim.
Oh yeah, I know.
Kim. Yeah. And he got a song about his drug addiction called "Matter of Time."
Oh yeah.
Yeah, "Matter of Time," man. It's a beautiful song. And he talk about his everyday trips in the song.
So he was addicted, and he was addicted. He wasn't famous or nothing.
No, he wasn't famous. He
said before he got discovered.
Yeah, before he got discovered. He was like, he travels down.
He's heavy, I know he is.
Yeah, through the mission. And back on Earth. Yeah, he said he travels downtown.
Yeah. Right.
He talked about his everyday habits, in the song. It's called "Matter of Time,"
Right.
Like, it's a matter of time, you can change.
Right.
And then it was another sister, and I saw her perform one time.
And they recovered. They were in addiction. They
recovered. Yeah, and the sister, she had a song called, it was an interesting play too. She had a song called Pipe Dreams.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, my pipe dreams.
Yeah.
And it was a play on crack pipe.
Oh, okay.
My pipe dreams.
Oh, I got you.
And she was a recovering addict,
Wow.
So,
yeah.
It's intriguing because my generation has a lot of vices and stronger drugs.
But the drugs are stronger than they were. But the vices, explain this to me about these new generations, because I know you're what, 40-something?
Yeah, 40-something.
Yeah, you're in your 40s. I'm 69, so it's a big gap there. But the point of it is, when I was coming up, we did drugs, but it was a long time until people got addicted and it took them out where they weren't being using it.
Yeah, right.
See, they were driving Cadillacs and doing everything, snort cocaine at night, and then they didn't do it in the day and all that. Now, I notice this generation now, they get high, and that's all they want to do is get high. They don't do nothing else.
Yeah.
They get high and steals their life. It's like the addiction steals their life, man.
Yeah. I mean, like even in your day, they even had a black superhero snorting some coke. Superfly.
So they're still functioning. That was before crack. See, before crack is what took the black people out. Crack took us back. Before crack, we was functioning. We was driving Cadillacs and snorting coke. It was a fast thing to do.
Right.
Then when after about in the 80s, I say in the early 80s, when that crack came out, it turned the black lives around, because first of all, the older people that were older, the crack took them out. The young people were selling it, and even some of the kids were selling to their mothers and their fathers, and different people were all hooked. And it just took them out. They didn't realize they were destroying their generation. They didn't think. They were thinking about money.
Right.
And they were eating and they weren't thinking about they were destroying each other. And we still trying to come back from all that.
Crack made us whack, man, and there's a lot of stuff that people overlook. So if you look at it, if you look at all the people that's addicted to crack,
right,
those are people that could be contributing to their community.
Yeah.
Some of the people I know, they could build houses. Some of the people I know that's addicted to drugs, and they can build cars. That's why you always got, a dope fiend mechanic in every hood, right?
Yeah, they're good. They know how to do that.
They got skills, but,
right.
But the crack took them out. And as far as my generation, there's not most people that
are something else. You know, like that methamphetamines and wells,
crystal meth and
crystal meth and something else. What's that? It started with an E, ecstasy.
Ecstasy or Molly. And,
all them things.
Molly, and then some people are putting fentanyl in their drugs on purpose.
Wow.
Yeah.
That kills people, don't it?
Yeah, that kills people. And then it's most of the people that I know has tried some kind of hard drug.
Right.
Most of the people that's black that I know.
Ain't that something? But a lot of them get away with it, or they just keep doing it. What about that syrup? That stuff they drink.
Syrup. That's like.
I know the entertainers. They used to do syrup. Like Lil Wayne and they had a big cup, and they used to do that. Sipping on some syrup. They made songs. Did they actually drink the syrup?
Yeah, they drink it. It's a form of liquid heroin, or it's in the same.
So it makes them feel like that.
It's in the same family as heroin. That's why they get a little slow with slurs and stuff like that.
Right.
It's almost, they don't nod. Some of them do be nodding though, but it's in the same family as heroin.
And what's that the Future used to do?
Start
with an L, some kind of pills or something.
I think he was popping Percocets.
Percocets.
Yeah, Percocets.
Yeah, see, they all do that, and they still seem to function. But I mean, as time goes on, it's not like crack.
Future don't do no drugs though.
He don't do nothing.
He just talk. He came out and said that recently too.
Okay.
He just do it to sell records.
Okay, see, that's another thing. He's smart by doing that because, like I said, it influences a negative generation because the young people that hear him think he do it and he don't.
And then that's the thing too. It's like
they should give a positive message. Is what I'm saying. They don't sell. The white man make him do that because white man say sing about this, be a thug. If they have big money, they sing about selling drugs. Because if they sung about going to college and doing something right, they would make money because they want to destroy, keep the black man down.
Keep him down. And then people talk about unity so much, but
guns and all that.
How you gonna unify with people that want to be thugs and on drugs?
That's what I'm saying.
In a unify, it takes you working with your everyday associates. 5 to 10 people or more, and to create a business or a corporation or to buy a house together, putting that money in for a couple of years.
They need to change the environment. See, a lot of times, who they running with, they try to keep up with them, the peer group, because most times you raise around certain people when you go to school and things like that, and you guys are thugs or doing this, and you're in out of jail, and that's your best friend, you're going to stick with him. Right. Instead of going to the art thing, right. you got the hospitality house where you can get into art. You might like drawing and doing that, but you're not going to do it because they're going to say, man, come on, man, that ain't cool. You want to keep up with them and get their approval because you want to be cool. Right. You got to stand away from the crowd and say, I want to win. I don't want to be losing and going in there back and forth to jail to get accepted by these people.
Right.
If I got to stand by myself, which is hard for young people to do, but that's what they need to do. Is I'm going to stand by myself, go to the hospitality house or go somewhere where it's positive. Because they used to have these gyms and stuff where black people can go. But do they have that in the black community now? After school programs and all that.
Yeah, no,
not too much, huh?
Or it's a lack of communication and community engagement. Right. So if they do have them, people don't really know about them. Right. They're not going out there and saying, look, this is what's in your community. So a lot of times people are not aware of what they have in their community anymore. And then we don't really think about programming the black community.
Yeah, they need to have those programs though, so they can draw interest. Like that's like they like basketball. We all like basketball, right? Athletes have those things, those programs, and sponsor and have the people sponsor them. And they need to have mentors, like have Big Brothers. You know, back in the day, they used to have Big Brother programs and all that.
Yeah.
They need to have that.
Like the Boy Scouts.
But yeah, man, you don't see
that
that.
was mentorship program.
Yeah,
right
man,
there.
like the stuff like that. It's not out, but they need to do that. And it starts off by going by the 19th, November 19th. You go to the art. It's going to be about art. It's going to inspire you to want to be the best you can be, and it's bright. It's going to brighten up your life. And just like I'm wearing this yellow, you see this yellow I got on it. It's brightening up this room, and I'm brightening up the day. And everywhere I go, people say, "Oh, you enlighten me." But when you go to the November 19th and you go to the park, that event's going to enlighten you. You understand what I'm saying? It's going to inspire you to be a better person. And if you're interested in art or music, that's where you need to be. November 19th.
November 19th.
You know, because that's what's happening.
That's what's happening,
You
Jay.
know, we got a little time though. You understand? We got about 10 minutes, so we're gonna
So
continue speaking on this.
yeah, so like you know, what's interesting is that in the black community, there's really not enough that's encouraging art.
Right.
You know, we kind of do art on our own.
Yeah.
You know, and it's kind of like an osmosis thing. But I tell people, man, half of everybody that I know in the black community that I grew up with knew how to draw.
Well, see, they need to have these programs like in these programs where they can have competition in the art. If we have an art exhibit, but the best artists get a trophy or get an award, and they get to go, you know, get $100 or something.
Right.
The best one, and you get 10 people, and they're drawing to compete in the art exhibit or whatever.
Right.
You know, like we got this show going, but you have shows leading up to this show, and then at the end of the show, like say you got 3 months, you say we're gonna have this big event at the park, Bodega Park. Like we got this one coming up on the 19th, but you have a different type, so you keep going on. Then these young people are competing to be the ones to be on stage, get a trophy and $100.
See, now we need to get with you, you know, because all of that is a program to be funded.
See,
But you said that's a script right there.
what they say, they gonna hear this on the show, and you know, and Majid and these different people that you know, they can make it happen.
Yeah, but you know, but also too, only you know, half everybody I knew how to draw,
Right.
but only 2 people made money out of it.
Right.
That's Malik Sneferu,
Oh yeah.
who draws wonderful portraits, and Arifa Sanai, both of them from Baby Hunters Point.
Okay.
You know, but like if you know, the parents is not saying, look, you can have a career out of this. If the teachers is not saying that,
Right. They gotta do it. Yeah.
then it'll be a talent that's just, you know, discarded.
They gotta be inspired. That's why they need to go to these other off the thing places. But they gotta be connected to that with people that are drawing with them, and they might have a little talent, then they can get better as they practice.
Right.
But they gotta be inspired to keep doing it. Sometimes they don't do it. They get discouraged.
Get discouraged.
They smoke weed, or they go hang on the corner, and then the women they want you to do something right now.
Right.
They don't see you in the future being an artist. They want to see you riding a new car now. They want to see you with diamonds on now. You know what I mean? They all want things too fast. Anything great takes time and patience. And if you're a young person, say if you're 17, 18, you got your whole life ahead of you. You got good 10 years you can be trying to get great. And then when you get 30 years old, shoot, you know, you're on your way to greatness. But you got to go through the procedure. Don't nothing come fast. Nothing come quick. It takes hard work.
I mean, today, man, the nerds is winning.
They're always winning. That's what it's all about.
Nerds is
That's what I'm
winning.
talking. It's cool to be hip. It's hip to be cool because I was slick all my life, and then when I really won was when I squared up.
Right.
24 years I've been clean and sober, and I don't do nothing but just dress and look my best. But everything I do is I win with it because I'm not doing nothing negative. I'm not getting high. I'm doing square stuff. I ain't doing square. I don't be out partying or nothing.
Right, you
gotta hold your back, man.
You gotta have your mind sharp. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And really, you know, it's not really being a square, it's being on your square.
Yeah, right.
You know, that's really what it is, being upright, you know, because you don't want to be too cool for school. No. You know, you can't make money with them kind of dudes.
No, now you can't get away with crime. Crime is hard to get away with. If you get too much money, they'll put you in jail.
Right.
So you got to have a legal background to invest your money. Even if you're a criminal and you make a lot of money, you'll lose because you won't know what to do with the money.
Right.
You won't be able to make it legal. You know, I used to say laundry the money back in the day. They laundry, clean the money up. But see, you gotta know how to clean the money up. You gotta be smart to do that. You can have so much money, you buy diamonds and you buy jewelry and you buy cars. All that stuff, the minute you start making money, that stuff is gone.
Right.
You ain't got nothing. What you got for yourself?
And you gonna have to resell it. Go to the pawn shop.
Yeah.
You want to go to the pawn shop.
And all the people that you thought were your friends, all the people that looked up to you, the minute you lose that stuff, they don't think nothing of you.
Right.
Because they weren't really friends. Those are people that just liked you for the position you had, who you were, what you were doing. The minute you stop doing it, they don't care for you. But if you got a solid foundation, say you're an artist, you're a musician, you're doing something, you can make it all the way. Like my friend Phil Slim, he been playing music for years. And he was in the game, he played, he was a pimp. Yeah. But he got out the game and now he's playing music. And he's 87 next month, 86.
And he's still keeping that going.
And he's still keeping the music. I just seen him this Sunday night in LA, in Hollywood. He was playing on Melbourne. I was there seeing him. And he was one of the person that was in the game that changed. Most people don't make it like that. They don't have that other talent. They be in the fast, like they get out the game, they end up on drugs, they end up, in jail. You know what I'm saying? Because when the women leave them, what do? They end up doing something wrong, criminal, because they don't have no education. So they end up doing something that's going to send them to jail. Don't work. You got to do something legal. You got to do something smart, and you might as well go be involved in art and the crafts, and music, because these are things that most black people have talent in. Most black people can sing and they can dance, and they got good art skills, and they can do what they got to do to make it work. And that's what we need to concentrate on. And this is going to be, let's give them one more time, the date, the time, and the place.
Yeah, so the time and the place and the space
is
going to be at Bodeca Park, which is in the heart of the Tenderloin. And it's in the heart of the Tenderloin. And then if you want to send your information to us or want to inquire more, you can reach us at bayentertainmentsf@gmail.com or www.nclf.org/hub, and that's Bay Entertainment SF, that's BAYENTERTAINMENTSF@gmail.com or www.nclfinc.org/HUG for hub. And you can reach us there. And I see why Mayweather struggle reading too.
Okay, now we want to know the time. What's the time frame? What's the time?
The time is going to be from 12 to 4. And
12 to 4.
Let's go. Yeah,
12 to 4. Okay, 12 to 4. Yeah, that means you don't have to get up too early, and you don't want to get up too late because you don't want to miss it. Because it's something to get involved in. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. You got a few more minutes, so what last words you got for these people?
Oh yeah, and then I just want to say, arts is very important, especially for our survival as African Americans. I mean, we used to use art on the plantations, man. Yeah. When we was trying to escape, man, we had to say love something slick, like wade in the water, something that they couldn't understand, and we put it in the rhyme, or we would play a little signal on the drum.
Yeah.
We would play a signal on the drum and say, look, man, boom, that's the signal, man, that's the time to get away, right? And, or if you go to Ma Rainey, she was the mother of blues, before the 1920s. So we've been using the arts, as a means of expression, for our survival for over 100 years here in this country. Going back to the plantations.
Yeah. Well, all right, so what I'm going to do is I got 1 minute left, so I'm going to tell people again that this is International Red Fashion Experience, and you can catch me on Channel 29 on Wednesdays around 3 o'clock, and check this show out, and make sure you concentrate on being part of the arts and crafts on this expo going on November the 19th, 12 to 4 in the Tenderloin. And it's going to help rejuvenate and revitalize the community and make it a better place, because we want the Tenderloin not to be known as a drug-infested place. We want it to be known as a place that is recovering from all these negative things that have been happening. We're going to try to make a change in this by doing this at least every other month. We're going to have different events we're going to be trying to do if the weather permits us to, because a park is a park, we know that. But we're going to change it and we have things inside, you know what I mean, as soon as things get better with this pandemic. So I just want to let everybody know that we're going to do that, and I'm going to let you know, go to the expo. This is the International Manufacturing Experience. Sign it up. All right. Okay.